Hello, I've entitled the message this week, The Philemon Factor, and I'm speaking with you from Emmanuel United Church in Waterloo. Every once in a while, people will come to me and say, this is why I don't attend church, or this is why I don't associate with this or that person, or this is why I feel this way about that issue. And then they tell me some story about how they were slighted, how they were treated in some inappropriate way. And they say, and so that's why I feel this way today. Well, I always ask, how long ago was this? And then they say, well, it was 10 or 20, 30, sometimes more than 50 years ago, this event. And I'm always amazed, I'm struck, and I ask myself, and you've allowed this to be the last word on that situation, the last word on that organization, that person, all this time. Well, the story this week is about God sending issues and people back to us for rethinking, for reconsideration, to have another look. It's about the story of Philemon. In the New Testament, this is a very short book, takes up about 1 page. And it's all about Paul in prison, sending a slave, Onesimus, back to his owner, whose name is Philemon. We don't know for sure that Onesimus was a runaway slave. Maybe he was in prison with Paul. It looks like the relationship has lasted for some time. In any event, whatever his circumstances, if he was a runaway slave, he had great reason to worry indeed, because Philemon, the master, could use his property however he pleased. Paul knows all this, and he's saying, and yet I'm asking you to accept Onesimus back, not as a slave, but as a brother in the faith. Well, you might say, wow, how does the story end? How does Philemon receive Onesimus back? As a slave or as a brother? Well, the beautiful thing about this story is that we don't know. The story is not tied up into a neat little package with a happy ending. Walt Disney did not write this story. Instead, it's wide open. How does it end? It ends however we want it to. The ending is entirely up to us. Well, what do you mean? Well, because this story, like all biblical stories, are still happening today. They're our stories. People ask, are the Bible stories true? Yes, because they are still happening. Philemon, this story happens thousands of times a day, with many different endings. How does it end with us? Well, that's what I call the Philemon Factor. Every once in a while you might ask, why is it that this issue keeps coming back? Why does this thing keep coming up? I made up my mind about that a long time ago. And why does this person keep crossing my path? I made up my mind about them. I understand all there is to know about them a long time ago. Case closed. And oftentimes it's mind closed as well. I think God is often saying to me, so, you think you've got this all figured out, do you, smart guy? You think you understand all there is to know about this person? You think you've got the last word on them? Well, that's been your last word for a very long time. Maybe it's time for a new last word. Or are you just too comfortable with your last word? Is your last word just a bit too convenient for you? Are you going to take this last word to the grave? Well, I hope not. I am inviting you to find a new last word. I'm sending this back to you for a rethinking, a reconsidering, a re-feeling. But this time do it from that compassionate center, from that inner wholeness. and this time think and act from there. Oh, I'm not saying there's going to be reconciliation and a happy ever after ending in every case. But are we at least open to any new growth? Are we at least open to the chance of a new last word? I believe God is always inviting us deeper to a new last word. That's the Philemon Factor. And there is the invitation. Will we accept it? Thank you.